Picture this. You're sitting in your car, windows down, music playing, about to treat yourself to a giant juicy burger after a long day. The smell of fries fills the air, and your stomach is already celebrating. You pull up to the window, ready to pay and dig in. You swipe your card, expecting that satisfying beep. But instead, declined. Weird, right? You try again, maybe a little embarrassed now, still declined. The line behind you grows, and you start to feel a little sweat on your brow. Suddenly the cashier leans in, eyes wide and voice hushed. "Sir," she whispers, "the economy just crashed." It sounds like something out of a disaster movie, but for a second your mind races. What if it's true? Okay, maybe it's not quite that dramatic in real life, but a financial apocalypse? It's basically a giant chaotic money mess that can turn everyday life upside down. Imagine your paycheck suddenly being worth less, bills piling up, and your savings shrinking overnight. It's the kind of scenario that makes even the calmest people a little nervous. Think stock market crashes splashed across every headline, banks shutting their doors, and maybe even your grandma's secret stash of Beanie Babies losing all their value in a single day. The things you thought were safe, suddenly, not so much. It's the stuff of nightmares, right? Like finding out your dog ate your winning lottery ticket, or realizing you accidentally tossed out a vintage Pokemon card that could have paid for your next vacation. The sense of loss is real and it stings. But here's the thing, when a financial apocalypse hits, it doesn't just affect one person, it ripples through families, communities, and even entire countries. We're all in this together, feeling the stress and uncertainty. Well, unless you're a billionaire chilling on a private island with your own yacht, then, honestly, you're probably just fine. For the rest of us though, it's more than a little terrifying. It's a reminder that money isn't just numbers on a screen, it's the foundation of our daily lives, and when that foundation shakes, everyone feels it. Let's be real, money problems are stressful enough, the whole world going haywire. Overdraft fees? Ugh. Surprise car repairs? The worst. Trying to decipher your credit card statement? Might as well learn a new language. Now imagine those everyday money woes multiplied by like 1,000. That's the financial apocalypse vibe. It's the fear of losing your job, your savings, your ability to afford even basic stuff. It's enough to make you want to hide under the covers with a year's supply of ramen noodles. Pro tip: spring for the shrimp flavor. Trust me on this one. We've all been there. Maybe not in the exact same way, but everyone has a story about money going sideways. It's that moment when you realize your best laid plans might not have been as foolproof as you thought. Maybe it's a family dinner where someone brings up their latest can't-miss investment, or a friend who's convinced they've cracked the code to financial freedom overnight. Maybe not to a full-blown financial doomsday, but we've seen our fair share of mini-money mishaps. From surprise bills to unexpected expenses, it seems like there's always something waiting around the corner to test our budgeting skills. We've all felt that little jolt of panic when the numbers don't quite add up. Remember the great cryptocurrency crash of 2022? It was all over the news, and suddenly everyone was an expert on blockchain and digital wallets. People who had never even heard of crypto were suddenly glued to their phones, watching the numbers drop and wondering if they should have gotten in or gotten out sooner. When your cousin Tony swore Bitcoin was going to make him a millionaire and then, well, it didn't? He was so sure, talking about Lamborghinis and early retirement, but reality had other plans. Suddenly those dreams of easy riches faded, replaced by awkward family conversations and a lot of "I told you so" looks. Yeah, that was a wild ride. The ups and downs, the excitement, the disappointment. It was like being on a financial roller coaster you never signed up for. And just when you thought things were settling down, another twist or turn would come out of nowhere. Or, how about the time your uncle invested his life savings in a company that made, edible sporks? He was convinced it was the next big thing, telling everyone at the barbecue about how it would revolutionize the way we eat. But sometimes even the quirkiest ideas don't quite catch on. Spoiler alert, they weren't a hit. Turns out, not everyone wants to eat their utensils, no matter how eco-friendly it sounds. The product ended up on clearance shelves, and your uncle learned a tough lesson about chasing trends. Point is, life throws curveballs. Financial curveballs, emotional curveballs, even literal curveballs if you're hanging out at a baseball game. No matter how much you plan, there's always something unexpected waiting to keep you on your toes. The future is unpredictable, and that can be scary. But it's also what makes life interesting. Every twist and turn is a chance to learn, adapt, and maybe even laugh about it later. So, while we can't always see what's coming, we can face it together, one curveball at a time. Here's the thing about the future. It's a total mystery. No matter how much we try to predict or plan, life always finds a way to surprise us. Sometimes it feels like the universe is just waiting to throw us a curveball the moment we start to feel comfortable. It's like trying to guess the ending of a movie based on the first 5 minutes. You might think you know where the story is headed, but then, plot twist, everything changes. The characters make unexpected choices, or something wild happens that you never saw coming. Sure, you can make educated guesses, please let the dog live, but there are always going to be surprises. Life is full of moments that catch us off guard, both good and bad. Sometimes the unexpected is even better than what we planned. So can you really be prepared for every single financial what if? Probably not. There are just too many variables, too many things that could happen that you'd never think to plan for. You'd need a bunker stocked with gold bars, canned goods, and enough supplies to last a lifetime. And even then, something could still catch you off guard. Maybe even a mountain of hand sanitizer, just in case. Remember how quickly things changed when no one expected it? Suddenly everyone was scrambling for the basics. Actually, scratch that last one. We all learned the hard way that you can't predict every twist and turn, no matter how much you prepare. Let's not repeat 2020. That year taught us all a lesson in expecting the unexpected. But here's the good news. You don't need to become a doomsday prepper to be financially savvy. Being smart with your money is about flexibility, not perfection. It's about having a plan, but also being able to adapt when things change. Just like you don't need to be a professional chef to whip up a decent bowl of cereal, you don't need to be a financial genius to handle life's surprises. A little preparation goes a long way, and sometimes simple is best. So what's the takeaway here? Should we all just panic buy ramen noodles and hide under our desks? Nah, life's too short for that. Instead, focus on what you control. Start by creating a budget. I know, boring adult stuff. Build up an emergency fund, maybe even talk to a financial advisor. Think of it like flossing for your money. Not exactly fun, but your future self will thank you. The point is, while you can't predict the future, you can build a more secure present. And that's something worth smiling about. Now who's up for that giant burger?